And welcome to today's live. My name is Anna Denning. I'm a NeuroGraphic instructor, aesthetic coach. I'm an artist and also director of English language courses at Psychology of Creativity Institute. And today we have an interesting topic about NeuroGraphica, changing stereotypes. Thank you very much for joining me. I can see people are joining. Wonderful. So, and I also have a question. I have a question that arrived via our stories about neurocomposition course. So, and if you have any questions for future lives, please follow us on Instagram and post your questions in the stories, because before each Instagram live we'll always post questions into the stories. So human beings are amazing creatures, and we just have so many different programs that run in our minds, and often the way we act, the way we think, it is governed by some of the stereotypes that we have. And all of us have very stereotypical behaviors and stereotypical thinking. And it is kind of wonderful because the reason why we have these patterns, the reason why we have this, stereotypes of behavior is to make our life quite easy. So this is something that's happened during our evolution process, because those stereotypical patterns and behaviors, they basically free in our mind from unnecessary control. For example, when you learn how to ride a bike, it becomes a learned pattern. When you learn how to drive, again, it is a fantastic stereotypical kind of action. We know how to drive the car. We don't, when we start learning how to drive a car, we're constantly thinking. Remember your theory test or practical driving test. You're always thinking, checking the back mirrors. You're always, checking who's crossing, who's about to cross. So you learn, it takes you a while to learn it, but once you learn how to drive the car, it is a very much automatic process. So it basically frees our mind. But sometimes we have certain behaviors and certain thinking patterns that bring us a lot of grief. These are, for example, criticizing yourself. That's, we all know it's not particularly great. Feeling jealous or experiencing sort of various emotions, and they sometimes can be can be kind of a negative pattern of our thinking that we learn. But the good news is Professor Pavel Piskaryov, the founder of NeuroGraphica, he was this genius who 10 years ago now brought to the world this beautiful method. And it is the method that allows you kind of to change these stereotypical patterns. And one of the beauties, actually, I think that's probably my favorite NeuroGraphica asset, is NeuroGraphica line. Just, how we draw it. I mean, just that alone kind of changes our ways that we think, because it's kind of counterintuitive. We lead our line where we do not expect to see it. So if you feel like you are stuck in life, or it's difficult for you to kind of achieve what you want, I really, really recommend starting your journey in NeuroGraphica, taking the basic user course in NeuroGraphica. And that's kind of the very, very beginning. Because NeuroGraphica allows you to kind of to get deep into your subconscious and literally unconscious mind and change these patterns, change these stereotypes. And also with each NeuroGraphica drawing, it feels like we free quite a lot of energy. We find our you know, a lot of resources, because as I said, those stereotypes, they can be quite useful, but at the same time they're kind of stumbling blocks that are preventing us achieving kind of what we want. Because it is, you know, kind of, you probably know that if you have this repetitive thoughts, I can't do that, I've never been able to do this before, I can't do that, you know, just switching off, tuning off this ruminating monkey is quite kind of difficult, because, you know, it's almost like tuning yourself to a different frequency. But as I said, it is, you know, very possible to overcome those programs. The first step is obviously taking the basics of NeuroGraphica course, basic user course, where we learn how to deal with those negative emotions. And then the next step is taking the neurocomposition course, because I always like to say that NeuroGraphica is, you know, it's the way how we think. It's also kind of, there is a specific, Pavel Piskarev created this alphabet, this ABC, visual ABC. And the reason how it was created and why it works so much, because what you learn in neurocomposition course, you learn, for example, the power of triangles and the power of squares. And these are archetypal kind of images in our psyche. You know, after basic user course and neurocomposition course, you will learn, you know, a neurographic line, how to draw it correctly, because there's a way how you draw it. Then you learn circle. Then also you learn triangle, a very, very powerful shape. And you learn kind of this square as well. Kind of when you create a certain composition on paper, and you put kind of, you have each of this shape has really deep rooted archetypal meanings attached to them. And when you create the composition of paper, you literally, your brain kind of starts imprinting in that, starts believing in it. And we remove our internal patterns, and literally we create new reality in front of us. That's why about neurocomposition course, we kind of always say that this is your start of NeuroGraphica modeling journey, because you don't just remove limitations as you do from the basic user course. You are starting model the reality that you want to have. And literally, once you draw it, once you apply the proper correct principles, it is if that drawing comes to life. And often our students, you know, come back to us and saying, it's like, we don't know how it works, but it does work. And, you know, I drew that on paper, and, you know, in a few days or a few weeks, this really kind of happens. Because what we do when we create neurographic drawing, our kind of literally neural connections are configured in our minds, in our brain, and we start behaving and acting and thinking differently. So a very, very, very powerful method. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about today. So if you have any questions, please ask them in the chat. So as I said, I have this the question about, let me find it, about neurocomposition course. People wanted to learn more about neurocomposition course, and this is exactly kind of what it is. It is the start of your journey in neurographic modeling. You learn different shapes. You also learn kind of principles of how to create successful abstract compositions, and also these principles can be applied to not just neurographical but abstract and academic drawings as well. So it's a powerful course. It's one of my favorites. You know, and you learn how to, we're always in the basic user course, we always say, please avoid sharp intersections, round everything properly. But once you get to neurocomposition course, this is when you start drawing triangles, when you start adding more more corners, more sharp angles into your drawings, and you learn how to kind of really enjoy them as well. These days, I love a bit of sharpness in my drawings. So when does it start? The course starts, the next course starts on 9th of July. So literally we are end of May. Today's 29th of May. So in just over a month, you can join our neurocomposition course. And it is a course that is narrated and taught by Professor Park Piskarev, the founder of NeuroGraphica, with professional translation. And for neurocomposition course, you'll have kind of 2 months to certify. And, if you, do everything, fulfill all certification requirements, you will get a neurocomposition certificate. And if you ever want to go further and, for example, join the NeuroGraphic Instructor course, all certified algorithms that you take with the institute or with other NeuroGraphic instructors, they will be deducted from the NeuroGraphica instructor training course. So this is a wonderful perk. So also I have a little bit of an announcement. We are going to launch a NeuroGraphica marathon. And it will be taking place on Friday, not this Friday, next Friday. New videos will be coming out on our YouTube channel, and it will be a little bit of a chat. I'll talk to our NeuroGraphica instructor graduates from our English language NeuroGraphica course, and you will have the opportunity to draw along. So we'll have free NeuroGraphica drawings with our esteemed NeuroGraphic instructors. I would like to welcome everyone to come and draw with us. Please, keep an eye on our social media announcements, because those sessions will be open for a limited amount of time. But as I say, for the next few weeks, starting I think it is 7th of June, we will be each Friday you will be able to come and do drawings with our NeuroGraphic instructors. And obviously I would like to invite everyone to join our NeuroGraphic instructor training course. It started, but we're still taking in applications. So please take this opportunity to join us and learn a new and exciting profession. So I can see some familiar faces. Thank you very much for joining. Absolute pleasure to see you all here. Oh, I have a question. So it's a basic user course. The neurocomposition course is also for personal use only. Yes, if you are a basic user course, neurocomposition course is for personal use only. So yes, only NeuroGraphic instructors have can teach the method. If you are a NeuroGraphic specialist, then you can use some NeuroGraphic models in your professional practice. So for example, if you are a coach and if you would like to introduce NeuroGraphica into your practice, then you can join the specialist course. But there's obviously restrictions with the specialists. They cannot use the word NeuroGraphica in the title of events or when they're kind of on social media. So anyway, you can contact us, you can contact me personally. I'll give you more information about different courses that we run. So thank you very much. Thank you, Arvik, for the question. I appreciate that. But as I said, it's thank you. So it is an exciting world, NeuroGraphica. But I always say the first step is always the basic user course. I just want to learn different techniques to draw NeuroGraphica. And as far as I know, you've joined the basic user course, and You will. So, but I think NeuroGraphica is so addictive. Once you do the basic user course, you want kind of to learn. You want to learn more. You want to go deeper. Yeah. So I'm very excited for you because you're just at the start of the journey. And as I said, once you start learning, you just want to learn more and more. You want to become more proficient. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the movement. So thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you now in June. Remember those open drawing videos with NeuroGraphic instructors. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.